Testing 1, 2.
我看你都说，看你都发。我的老师可以到
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2. Welcome to Royal Poland Park.
sorry. Vamos lá, perfeito. Yeah. So, so we're gonna be facing this way, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to do the presentations. Yeah. All right, so all right, so we're here. So hello and welcome to the CSA T20 Challenge. It's match 48 between AET Tuskers and Gbets Rocks here at Boland Park. Captains Michael Erlang and Clive Fortin, and we're ready for the toss. Clyde. All right, Clyde, you decide to bowl first. Any changes to his team?
Yeah, we got one change. Ayers coming is on, we've got him on loan. So he comes in for Mikey Copeland.
Right, all the best.
Thank you.
Michael, big game for you guys today.
Every game seemed to be a big game for us, so just another day. Yeah.
And any change to the team?
Two changes. Ntando Zuma comes in for Kamsanga Kumalo, and Simanga comes in for Modli Kumalo.
Right, there you have it. Gbets Rocks, we need to toss and decide to bowl first.
That's then it's one.
Right, Kanye. It's Rocks one the toss. How are you doing, sir?
Off with the side, boys. Off with the keepers, eh? Throw it up with the keepers.
Once again, welcome to Boland Park, where the Rocks have won the toss and elected to bowl first. The AET Tuskers are as follows: Michael Adram, Kagiso Rampulana, Cameron Shackleton, Keith Dudgeon, Tando Dini, Umpumelelo Budaza, Smanga Shlabela, Tando Zuma, Curtin Mankamp, and Kyle Nipper. The home team, the Gbets Rocks, led by Clyde Fortuyn, Adrian De Toy, Sean Bonberg, Keegan Peterson, Abiwe Nkajima, Christian Jonker, Perisco Ernst, Imran Manak, welcome Ayabulela Kamani, Clinton Steeman, and Siamaima.
There's a big price stand on the bank as well. Looking along the way. I'm coming to do it for you, man.
Best level this guy.
Hey!
Best level this guy.
But I'm not on them, no. Yes.
Best level.
For sure. The fucking slowest one, that's it.
Yeah, it's the horse today.
I'm banging that aircon. I've got it here.
I'm sure it's fine. I might go
Honestly, I don't know.
That's a rumor.
Hey,
What's it?
if he starts panning up now, you'll still be fucking late.
Huh?
You'll still be late even if he starts panning up now.
It's on the red line. On the red line.
I'm just looking up for this.
Outstanding officials for today is umpires Salumo and Gaza.
Must I follow the Rocks players?
Good afternoon to all our viewers and welcome here to Bank Park for this, well, let's say it is a crucial game for the wrong reasons for these two teams, as it is the Hollywood Tuskers. They are playing Paul Rocks here in Bank Park, and with me is Kieran Thompson. Kieran, a lot at stake for these two teams, and as I said, possibly for the wrong reasons.
A very good afternoon to you, Eugene. Yeah, unfortunately we have a bit of a basement battle here in Boland. It's sides number 7 and 8 taking each other on. So hopefully we'll get a bit of a good game. Hopefully players playing without fear might just produce some good performances.
Yeah, it is a case of, you might say in terms of the team being relegated, it's going to be a lot to lose, but now it's time for them to really step up here and put in a performance and just get through the season with some good performances. Just looking at some of the stats here, I think where both teams have been struggling is definitely with the bat. They can't amass the runs that they want to get. In terms of the Tuskers, their last outing 141 versus the Titans there in SuperSport Park, and that got sort of hit off quite quickly. So again, they want to improve on that, and they've been put into bat here by this Rock side. And even for them here on the home turf, I know it's a away game essentially for them, as the Tuskers are playing all their games away. This is a home game for them, so they've got it all to do here as well, and they want to put in some key performances, and something that I'm really looking forward to going into this match.
Yeah, I definitely think both sides would want to end off on a high, considering that they've both had not so great seasons, to put it lightly. Looking at the Tuskers, they've only managed to win 2 games all season long. The Rocks have definitely underperformed, winning 3 throughout the season. So, yeah, let's see what the day can produce. I'm sure neither of them would want to go out with 2 defeats. So, I guess it's all to play for.
Yeah, it is all to play for, and I'm really looking forward to Steerman, who's going to be starting proceedings here from the Swartland end, and he's certainly wants to really end the season well for himself. Yeah, he hasn't had a great deal of success this season, but just in terms of his performances, he wants to make that right. Yeah,
he only managed to pick up 1 wicket on the weekend, went for about 31 runs.
Well, so Steerman is going to operate here with a slip, and this has been this new position that I've seen all these teams have. The third man is in the ring, and they've got a man on deep on the backward point boundary, and they've obviously got a deep square. Those are the 2 men that's out there now. So here we go, ball number 1, and they're up and running here, the Tuskers.
It's a decent start from Steerman. Not offering too much width. Some nice bounce on the pitch.
Yeah, everybody's just finding the way. We have to say that it is a CSA T20 challenge match here between these two teams. Dalport, he's going to take his guard there now. He's a very, very experienced campaigner. He's been around for a while. Certainly he wants to bring his expertise here to the side as Steelman's coming around the wicket team here. Oh, excellent work there by Clyde Fortuin, sprawling across to the right. Just managed to get a hand to it, but definitely saved a 4.
100%. Second ball of the over of the game, already conceding extras. Clyde Fortuin just doing the bit behind the stumps.
It's a beautiful day here in Paul. Not much of a breeze to talk about. Seems to be the norm whenever you come here for cricket. It's just a hint of movement away from Steerman, and that's going to prompt possibly Clyde Fortuin to say, listen, can we get somebody across to the offside? He's having that word there with one of his players, but I don't think he's going to get his way here. Or maybe he is.
Change in the field.
excellent bit of fielding that. Looks like that. Aviva sprawling across to his left, cutting that off, and that field chain has already saved the run.
Pretty effective. I must say, Jonty Rapulana was onto that in a flash. Offered a little bit more bounce and width. Batsman's ready to cash in.
That, I would say we've already given Clyde Fontaine 2 runs there for that change of fielding there, because he brought the man from the onside across to that position just forward of square on the offside, just forward of point. Looks a very good pitch.
It does indeed.
Oh, he's bowled him. He has bowled him neck and crop. Hits the pegs. And the first wicket is gone with a score on 3.
It's a brilliant ball. Absolutely brilliant bowling. We've seen the first couple balls all moving away from that off stump. This one just comes back. End up costing the batsman over there.
Yeah, that just seemed like it held his line and then just off the deck, just tailed in slightly. You're right in saying that, Kieran. It was set up nicely with the first 4 previous balls that was bowled there. They had a little bit of shape away, had a little bit of nip in that one. Just going on with the arm and then hitting the surface and then coming in. And that is the first wicket gone. As Cameron Shackleton. That's correct. He makes his way to the crease here. And already the Tuskers have got it all to do here.
A lot of trouble after not even the first over.
I didn't even get to go and talk to you about my thing that I have to say. How do bowlers get through their last ball of each over? It's always something I look at in T20 cricket as to how can you see out the over. But now, I'm sure Stearman will be running in here with his tail up for sure. So they're going to go to the normal basic field now. His third man is going to be more or less regular. Just down here to our right. Yeah. Still operating with a slip. And again, that had a hint of movement away, and that was just guided just forward of point. Just the 2 runs, so that concludes a very successful over there for Stearman. Conceding 5 runs, but also getting a wicket first and foremost there.
It's a very solid start from Clinton Stearman.
This is something we see quite a lot, isn't it? Here, the introduction of spin. And it's going to be Manak to bowl here from the Nederburg end. And we've seen teams more and more turn to spin early doors in the power plays even, and telling the batters, right, okay, the onus is on you to see if you can really take advantage of this power play.
It really puts the batsman under a lot of pressure, because if those first 2 balls go in the favour of the fielding side, as a batter, you start second guessing yourself. Do I need to chase one?
Oh, that is hit powerfully down to long off. Looks like Keegan Pedersen, apologies, he's down there. The difference here with Manak is he's a very tall bowler, and he bowls from, as we say, around about 12 o'clock and even beyond that. So it's very difficult really to try and pick up the length. If he gets his right and if he gets his line and length right, he's a very difficult customer to hit. Oh, that's gone. That is gone. And I just said he's a very, very difficult customer to get to hit. if he gets his line right, if he gets his length right, he's a tall man. And as you can see, with that tallness, he gets a little bit of drift as well in that one. Might have held up in the surface a little bit, but it's a return catch to him.
Right you are, Eugene. That awkward angle, just getting the better of Shackleton over there. Looked very uncomfortable from ball one, I must say.
Yeah, they really are showing us why they have been struggling in this SAT 20 challenge. Really can't get themselves going here. Now again, they find themselves 2 down and not even halfway through the power play here.
But just what you mentioned at the start of the over, Eugene, that tactic of having a spinner opening the bowling. I mean, the Tuskers were already under the pump just a little bit, losing a wicket in that first over. Now they've conceded another one in an over where they feel like they should maybe getting runs.
Yeah, you know, you've spoiled for choices as well. You've got Van den Berg as well in the side. Gima, he can also bowl spin. So if you've got other spinners in your team, it frees you up to bowl another spinner even in the power play. And if it's as good as Manak, you're certainly on the winning edge here.
Just worked onto the onside for a single over there. But going back to what you said about the spinners, it was actually the spinners that did the damage on the weekend for the Rocks. It was Sia Mahima taking 2 for 21, as well as Christian Jonker, which was pretty remarkable.
Again, that's powerfully hit there by a very experienced Dalport. You say Jonker was bowling spin, you said there. I know him as a youngster, played up north with him. He certainly wasn't a spinner then. Oh, big hit. Big hit.
Nothing though.
Knock hands on head there. He thought he had his man. Just 3 runs off this over as well. Oh, and again goes past the outside edge, and what an over that has been for Manak. Only the 3 runs conceded and getting the wicket. What a start is this for the Paul Rocks.
It's the perfect start for the away side, should we say. It's a little
Playing in home conditions. Well, now then, a lot of the onuses are going to be on Dalport here to try and get his team just some momentum going into the remaining overs here, especially just going into this power play. It's such a crucial part of the game in T20 cricket. Teams really want to go after you. But now, how can you do that with 2 wickets in the hutch?
There's a lot of onus on him, as you said. Also lots of pressure, because if he loses his wicket here, Tuskers will be in a lot more trouble than they already are.
This is a very interesting field now. We've seen that Dalport hit the ball aerially through cover, so they've tried to block that up. Steerman charging in. Ooh, that is smashed to the deep point.
Once again, bowling to plan, bowling to your field.
Yeah, that's what you want. And that's where you're hoping that your bowlers will come to the party and execute it, so that it does go to plan. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Can't Steerman again. He's getting this ball to talk a little bit, just through the air.
He seemed to have had a lot more success to the right-handers.
That's in the air. That's over extra cover. That's a beautiful shot by Zuma. That's going to go to the boundary. Just stand and deliver, just getting his hands through the ball there. It was a fairly length delivery. He just got his hands through the ball. Didn't mind going aerial, because that went over extra cover and all the way for 4.
It's a great shot by Ntando Zuma. A little bit of risk, but lots of reward.
That's
So well
clipped.
played.
That is clipped. That's going to be back-to-back boundaries. Now then, we spoke about momentum, and is this something that the Tuskers, the Hollywood Tuskers, Hollywood Bet Tuskers, I should say, can they just keep going with that little bit of momentum? getting the names wrong here. AET Tuskers, I should say. They've got more sponsors than anywhere else.
Apparently so.
Well, now then, Zuma, you got back-to-back boundaries. Pressure's now shifted on to Steerman. Outside the edge again. A little bit more effort into that ball. No bowler likes being hit for 2 boundaries, I tell you.
Perfect response from Clinton Steelman there. Ntando Zuma just flirting with the outside edge a little bit there. Just needs to calm it down. He's managed to get his side 2 boundaries. Just wait for the loose ball.
Outside edge again. There is a little bit of movement with that new ball, and he's bowling a good area. Asking the question here of Zuma. Just apologies there to the Tuskers for sponsors there. So they are sponsored by AET. And they are known as the AET Tuskers. Outside the edge again. That's 3 in a row, and that's a good comeback after going for 9 in the over. He brings that over back quite nicely, does Steerman, and beats the edge of Zuma 3 times in a row there.
Once again, Steerman having a lot more success to the right-handers. I think he's got Zuma's number there.
Yeah, the first one was sort of just floated up there, and he just got his hands to it. Did Zuma? It was a good shot over extra. The second one was clipped off the hip, and as you rightly said, was nicely played. It's a good time for it in this format as well. It's not just about a bash about it. There's some guile about it as well, some finesse. As Manak, he's going to continue here. That's up in the air. This is a big chance. This is a big wicket. That is the big wicket of Dalpur, and again, Manak has struck again off his first ball, let's say that. That's 3 down now.
And that's a great catch by Adrian Bitoy.
Tell you what, if you don't take that, then you might as well walk off this field. Pull a hamstring early and walk off. But that is important. That's the big wicket of Dalport. He's the senior man in this team. And now he's got to go, and I tell you what, if you lose 3 wickets within the power play, you're definitely, certainly under the 8th ball or behind the 8th ball as well.
We were thinking at the start of this innings what a fast score would be, somewhere in the region of 130, 150, based on the weekend's scores here at Boland Park. The Rocks managed to score 128, chasing, well, it was actually the Warriors who scored 127, and Paul Rocks chased that down comfortably, quite comfortably, with 3 overs to spare. But I don't suspect we'll get anywhere near the 130 mark today.
Well, if we do, somebody's got to bat really well. And not just one, maybe a couple of them, because that's what we need. Well, that's what they need, the AET Tuskers for sure. As another left-hander comes in, and Manak will be licking his lips here, bowling to these left-handers.
New man at the crease is Carl Hipper.
Down the leg side, that's down the leg side, and that's probably the struggle he has from bowling past the 12 o'clock. That time it was almost near 11.
It's a bit better.
Oh, but he's a bit better, but that's well put away by Nipper. He's away and kicking here. 4 runs past point.
Just rocked onto the back foot nicely there and just put it behind square.
Beautiful shot.
Very nice. Thought about the big one.
Oh, an excellent bit of fielding. Excellent bit of fielding. Nakajima. He's there again.
He looks up for it today, doesn't he?
Oh, why shouldn't they? Oh, that is clipped fine. Now then, Van der Berg, can you get there? He's already given up the chase. Has gone for 4. A little bit indifferent here from Manak from what we've seen from the first over. Just inconsistent with his line. And I said at the start before he came on, if he can get his line and length right, he's a difficult customer. But this over, he seems to be struggling a lot.
Seems like whenever he tries attacking that leg stump, he just strays a bit too far down.
Just going to come and ask you just a question as we reach the end of this Manak over. It's another good shot. He's got one more ball to go. Just want to ask you, what was the downfall of some of these players, especially the batting side, the lack of consistency in terms of batting? Why they can't be consistent with those batting scores that they can get? That's much better from Manak, and that's going to conclude the 4th over, where the AET Tuskers find themselves 26 for 3, and they've got it all to do here.
Very, very difficult afternoon, or start of the afternoon, should I say. So the Tuskers have put themselves in this position. Poor shot selection, I'd say.
100%. I think it just comes down to that shot selection and when to play it. We saw Dalport. He wanted to go after it. But he's the senior man, and he should just try and go through and bat for the majority of the 20 overs, because he's one of the better batters. And it does come down to shot selection for me a lot of the time. Again, the first wicket Manak got was just sort of pushed at him a little bit.
Very soft dismissal, extremely. But the Tuskers are going to have to dig in here. The top run getter, Michael Erland, he's already been dismissed. So somewhere in the middle order, someone's going to have to step up.
Change of bowling, and he's been greeted with the batter hitting him for 4 now. And again, we speak about momentum. There's a lot of freebies being on offer here, and they just need to put that away.
Yeah, not the way you want to start your first over. With a low full toss. Like you said, a freebie for the batter. Nice way to just get rid of some pressure.
Come on, he's the new man coming in there from the SWAT line end, and you can't start with a full toss like that, a juicy one as well.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, they come through for an easy single because they've got a man again posted at deep point. Makes me wonder why there is a lot of loose deliveries first up. I mean, they go through their whole warm-up routine, and you know, as a bowler in T20 cricket, you've got to be on the money first and foremost. You've got to be on your game from ball 1, because these batters, I tell you what, you dish them up a freebie, they'll put it away.
Sometimes they don't even need a freebie.
Well, that's true. That is 100% true. It's a lot better, a lot tighter now. He's going to come around the wicket here to Nipper, just trying to not give him too much width. Here we go, there we see it, very tight lines. Now then, a lot of work for deep square to do. They're going to come back for 2. How's the throw?
That's good running.
The throw is good, but as you say, Kieran, that is exceptional running. And if you can't get the boundaries, you just got to get the 1s and 2s and just add that score and keep that score going in a positive direction.
Just try and build scoreboard pressure some other way. But that was good running and good calling from Carl Nipper.
Fairly tight. We can see what he's trying to do there. So Has Nipper got a shot that he can just hit off his hip here, maybe angle it over sort of the mid-wicket.
Mid-wicket region.
They got a man at deep square there, so again, this is how as a batter you just got to try and formulate, okay, if he's going to go there, then I've got to accommodate that, or how can I counter that, and what can I do to keep the scoreboard moving? Want to restrict your team from getting too many dot balls as a batter.
This is a game of small margins.
Extremely small. Just down to square leg. So those are the thinking that as a batter you have to have, and that concludes the 5th over that went for 8 runs. So how are we going to see Manak? I mean, Manak's going to continue. He's going to be bowling the final over of the power play here. He's got figures of 2 for 12 so far in his 2 overs. He's going to bowl his 3rd now.
Definitely be looking for one more wicket to finish off the power play. He started his first 2 overs off with wickets. Will the 3rd continue?
That's a big call from you, Kieran. That is a massive call. No, we're not going to say that.
It's a good delivery to start up with, though.
We'll say Nico's given me the impression that he loves to get the ball through the offside. It's a big appeal. I don't think you're going to get that one. The reason why I say that is once every time the ball has gone a little bit closer to him or on the pads, he's just normally just fended it off or just played it circumspect. The minute it's gone, he's been given with outside of the off stump. He's really freeing his arms up. Like we saw, he cut the ball for 4 early on.
Going for that reverse hit again. Comes off, but straight to the fielder this time.
If at first you don't succeed, keep trying, mate. Keep trying.
Well, needs to produce runs if you're going to keep trying.
True story. Extremely true.
Ooh,
And that's
arms.
He hasn't got there. He's clocked that. He's literally clocked that to the 30-yard circle. Fielder couldn't get there. That's how badly he hit that. We're just going to see where most of his sort of boundary options are. I don't see any at the minute that he wants to hit onto the onside. Everything just seems to be wanting to go either straight or through the offside. All right, how's your running?
Just like the single. And that's all Ntando Zuma has to do now. Just keep rotating the strike, hold up your end. Don't play the big extravagant shots. Leave that to your partner.
We haven't seen some big shots yet. We've seen cricketing shots. We haven't seen the big ones yet. See, that's just what I'm saying. See, the minute they get tight in the lines, he's just playing very circumspect towards it, just getting that time an inside edge and goes just for a single. And there's a signal that indicates it's the end of the power play. 6 overs gone, 37 for the loss of 3 wickets.
You see a change in the bowling now from the Swartland end. It's Sia Mahima coming into the attack. Mahima coming off a very good performance with the ball on Sunday, where he took 2 wickets for 21 runs in his 4 overs.
Oh, and he starts well. Oh, bit of grip there. Bit of grip. Are we going to see the Sherwood Forest Robin Hood when he gets a wicket?
I can almost count on that. Comes down the track.
Where did that ball go? On the offside?
Nearly.
It's gone on the offside. There's a big gaping gap there on the leg side.
Ooh. Giving himself too much room again.
Kieran, how big is the gap from 45 on just behind square here, fine leg, short fine leg, all the way. That's the only man on the leg on the leg side.
There we go. Straight to the fielder, but at least they're getting the scoreboard ticking. But also, more importantly, rotating the strike, because it's a left and right hand combination.
100%, and that's what you want early doors. That's just fit. He's trying to hit the left arm spinner against a turn to the offside. Not sure that's the way to go early at this stage. Good shot again there by Zuma. Just going with the spin through to the offside. He's a right-hander. I'm just saying that he can pick it up. It's easy to turn the ball into this. Nobody at mid-wicket. He can just turn around there, and sometimes they can scamper through for two.
Indeed. Run that first one hard.
Goes for his sweep, and I think the sweep is his preferred option to hit the ball onto the leg side. It's just going to be the one, and that's a very, very good over there by Mahima.
Solid. Only 3 runs from it. Takes the AET Tuskers to 40 for the loss of 3 wickets after 7 overs.
Yeah, there's going to be trial by spin here from here on in. One feels as Sean van den Berg. He comes into the attack now here from the Nederburg end. He's a wily old character, this one. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say lots of years, runs and wickets under that belt of his.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah, sometimes you just wish certain people weren't fast bowlers. And you think he is one that you're glad he's not a fast bowler, because I tell you what, he's got a lot to say. That's why I'm saying he would speak to you continuously, Sean van Berg.
We need those feisty characters.
Oh, you
around.
do. God, you just need good crack characters, don't you?
Indeed.
Oh, and that's a good shot out cross. That might have hit the boundary mark on the full, and that is gone all the way for a 6. Beautifully picked up by Nipper. The 6 followed by the single. That's what you want. That's what you're after. Then especially, as you said earlier, with the right and left combination, that's what you want. You know, you want a bowler not to be bowling to one batter all the time. Yeah. You just want to change it up.
Especially when a new bowler comes in as well. You have to mess with his line nice and early. Win those mental battles. Create some doubt.
7 of 2 balls already from the Sean van Berg over. Look at this. There's definitely something out there for the spin.
Gave that one a bit more flight. Batsman was very tempted there.
Are we going to see Sean take all the pace off it here? He's brought this over back nicely.
A bit more pace on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit quicker through the air, wasn't it?
Seemed to have troubled Ntando Zuma there.
Oh, what's ball 6 going to be on offer here? Oh, it's going to be a dot. So after the first ball being hit for 6, then the second ball going for a single, be followed by 4 dots, and that's not what you want as a batting team. You want to capitalize on getting that boundary early doors, which they did get, and then trying to accumulate after that as well. But well done to Sean van Berg, bringing it back nicely for himself and the Paul Rocks here.
The home side, the Tuskers, funny enough, need to start stepping on the accelerator just a little bit more now. Only 47 for 3 after 8 overs. Something's got to give you.
hit that nicely straight over the bowler's head. Long off is coming around, but don't think he's going to stop the 2. It's excellent running by Zuma, but an excellent shot by Nipper.
Well, buddy.
Partnership between these two have gone to 32. They're just one short of the 50 there as a team total. A lot quicker that time from Mahima. It's very controlled at the minute. That's a 50 coming up in the 9th over. And certainly at some point there's got to be some kind of acceleration one feels from any of these two.
You would think these two would have to put on at least another 20 to their partnership just to give their side some sort of hope.
Not entirely sure of that decision there by Zuma.
Could have been a free catch for the slip there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that just baffles me when I see cricketers, especially Zuma, come in. You've got a slip in, so that fielder has to come from somewhere. So where that fielder's come from, there's a gap for you. Oh, there we go. Now then, can he get back for 2? This is what I was talking about. They decided early on it's only going to be 1. There's another big shot out there to the cow area. That's going to be 4. Excellent shot again there by Zuma. Sort of dragged that from outside the off stump.
Indeed.
Always in control of that. There's no mid-wicket in the ring.
And just on that note, it looks like Zuma is trying to favour the leg side, because just when he's taking guard, it looks like he's falling over more to his right-hand side, trying to make space on the left.
Yeah, what do you think? They do this forward press as another over comes to an end. 9 overs gone now, 56 for 3. They're just going at a run rate of about 6.2 and over. Yeah, sometimes they set themselves either on off or let's say on leg stump and then move across, or some people or some batters will just go straight away over to leg side, also apologies to the offside, and try and drag it across. I think that's what he done. So he's sort of messing about where his stance is at the minute, and that's good as well. And that's utilizing the crease as well. So Sean van Berg, he's going to continue. He's bowling to Nipper again.
Nipper going for that reverse hit again. Didn't have too much success with it in the last over. But persist he does.
See, I told you before. If at first you don't succeed. So now then, just like that, there's 2 dot balls. And I tell you, even in an over like this, even in T20 cricket, you feel the pressure as a batter because you don't want dot balls at all. Now you face 2 consecutively. Now he gets it away.
And there's his boundary.
I told you, if at first he don't succeed, try again. And he tried his might and he finally gets his boundary with that reverse sweep.
It had to come off at some point.
How many chances do you want? Well, something for Sean to think about now. He's pulled it off. He must have had 3 or 4 goes at it before pulling it off there. So, is he going to continue with that? As Nipper moves to 30 now. He's faced 27 balls. He's gone again. He's gone again, and this one is smashed. Absolutely smashed that one. 1 bounce 4.
He middled that one a lot better than his previous ones. Van Berg now making a change in the field.
Yeah, so he's brought his sweep, and his sweeper's going to go to deep point just behind square on the offside. And the man that was on point, he's going to come way in front of square, almost like a extra cover position. beautiful shot over extra cover that time by Nipper. The race is on.
Keegan Peterson cuts it off.
Does cut it off.
That's great running.
Oh, he's been given out. He has been given out. Going for the third. It was an excellent throw by Keegan Peterson. Right over the top. It was one bounce straight to Sean van Berg. The umpire, we must say, was in a very, very good position. And he's given Nipper out going for a third.
I thought it was some good running actually. It looked like Nipper took his foot off the gas pedal for some reason. Looks very disappointed with that decision.
Oh, and just like that, this game potentially could have turned again in favor of the Rocks here.
Yes, Eugene, as you mentioned, Nipper was just about getting himself in, got himself up to 34 runs, and a bizarre decision, actually.
We can't see from where we are. We can only say that the umpire was all in a good position for that. He took his time to give it, though, mind you, as well.
I don't doubt the umpire at all. I'm just in shock at the running, it seems. Because it looked comfortable, too. Both of them went for it.
Yeah, they were coming back for the third, and it was Keegan Peterson that made some great ground there to his right. But the throw was excellent. It was one bounce. It's what you want as a bowler when you get a throw in from the boundary. It was one bounce straight over the top. It was literally straight over the top. And Sean Berg, he did the rest. But then the umpire gave it the old slow poison treatment.
Not what you want to see as a batter.
No, but they could ill afford that.
Great work in the deep from Keegan Peterson with a bullet arm. And that brings Michael Eerlang to the crease.
That's hit again by Zuma through to the offside.
And that's the end of the 10th over. Takes the AET Tuskers to 67 for 4 now. And Eugene, just one more thing about having the spinners in the middle overs there. Really eats up the overs. You get through your overs quickly. It puts the batting side under a lot of pressure because all of a sudden you at the halfway mark when we were, let's just say maybe 3 or 4 overs in.
And yeah, and throw in a couple of dots if they do that. You just feel rushed. You just feel like everything is going so quickly. And it's important even here as a batter, if you do that, just get yourself away from the crease. Go take a few deep breaths and come back. Just break up the pace of play. Because if the pace of play is dominated by the bowling side, by the spinners, you can also always get trapped by that as a batter.
Oh, sky that one.
Oh, gee.
Should be taken and is comfortably taken.
That was very, very poor cricket. He's played very well, Zuma. He's played excellent shots. But there he just needs to reel himself in. He's just lost his partner in crime there of Nipper. And now he goes. And now what the AET Tuskers find themselves, they've got 2 new batters at the crease. And at such a crucial stage where they really want to put the foot on the gas here and try and get themselves to a total of beyond 130, 135, even 140 potentially.
Even that's looking a stretch. But one thing I must say though, the theme of today has continued. Spinner taking a wicket with his first ball of the over.
Is that a theme of things to come here at Bolenbank Park? Yeah.
Cricket's a funny old game.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's not that funny where guys need to really understand that, be game aware of what the situation is here. If you're the batter that's in, he's a batter that's in on 21. He should try and get himself going and he should bat the majority of the innings. That's what he should say to himself. He can't just say, right, okay, I'm still going to try and go for it. I think that's why if you're looking at the averages, not one of them are averaging near 30 in T20 cricket. That's where you base yourself on, trying to get as close to that 30 average. It's Keith Dudgeon. He's a new man now, facing up to Mahima.
Another dot ball. Spin bowling.
Are you keeping track of these, Kieran?
I have a thing for stats.
Ah, well, no. All journalists do, don't they? You guys love it, eh?
Yeah,
All cricketers are as well. I don't think I was one of those. I don't think.
I'm sure there's quite a few cricketers who enjoy their numbers and stats and facts. It's become a big part of sport nowadays.
Isn't it just?
Data.
Like he's going to be facing up here now too, Mahima. And now the Tuskers are really looking at themselves and saying, right, can we go to run a ball here for the next 3 overs and then try and up it to 8 or even 9s after that?
Not if Mahima bowls like that.
Well, let's look at it. Van Berger's got 2 overs left. Mahima after this will have 1. That takes it up to 3.
Manak also has 1.
Manak has 1. That takes it up to 4. So there's definitely 4 spin overs you're definitely going to get from frontline spinners. Okay, that leaves us now at the end of this with 9 overs still to go. You can throw the ball to Kajima, you can throw the ball to Christian Jonker, and then they can finish off with Steerman. How's that?
Sounds like a solid plan. Thanks, Skipper.
Oh, that is hit again through the offside ground to be made, but I'm sure no one will be taking a risk now.
Not a chance.
So that concludes the 11th over here. So 70 for 5. The AET Tuskers find themselves. So we are saying that they need to, let's try and work this backwards. They need to score at least another 70 runs according to you. That's just above 7 and over.
Highly unlikely. I can't see it happening.
You're going out very early here, Kieran. I'm putting you under the pump here. The wickets in hand doesn't help.
No, definitely not. And I don't think the shot selection would be helping either.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what the top orders produced. We're in the middle order now. Don't suspect the shot selection would improve that much the further we go down.
Well, he's going to go on the attack here. They're going to bring in a slip. Christian Jonker, he finds himself at slip. One of the senior men, senior statesmen here in this team.
That was a bit of a freebie there. Pitch very short. Seemed like Dudgeon had to wait an eternity to play that.
Yeah, Dudgeon. I think he's going to be playing his straight again, in the Northern Hemisphere. What great weather we're having in April, isn't it been brilliant?
Absolutely brilliant.
Although it was a little bit mystified, shall we say, this morning in Cape Town.
Indeed. 4 seasons in one. I'm sure it'll be freezing tonight.
True. There's definitely a bit of grip out there. A little bit slow though. Very slow.
Ball seems to be holding up just a little bit.
Yeah, and as we said at the start of this game, this is a massive game in the context of the relegation. This game, for all the wrong reasons, one should say, about finding these two teams where they are, especially the Rocks, just had a season that they rather want to just, let's learn the lessons from it and really start building for next season. Oh, there's definitely a little bit of drift there again. See, they just can't take a risk with running, so that's just going to be 1. But there was definite drift sort of into the right hand, and then it pitched and just went away. Those are the balls you sit at home and think, oh, what ball would I like to bowl?
That's the one.
That is the one right there. That's a googly there. You can see it just from the back of the hand here. Two balls to go of this Sean van Berg's 3rd over. It's gone for 21 runs. That is cut away through to the offside. It's just going to be a single again. And what the Rocks have done well here is they haven't given too many boundaries away. And they've also managed to sort of snip a wicket or 2 as well. That's why the Tuskers can't really put a foot down here.
Yeah. And always at crucial times they tend to take those wickets.
lot quicker. Oohs and ahs all around us here. That concludes his third over and the 12th of the innings, 74 for 5. Only 4 runs coming in that over.
That vice grip starting to tighten a bit more from the away side.
I'm more thinking there's a ticking time bomb here, that something has just got to give you. A big shot, a big swish, a big gut, a big move, trying to get a 6. But how are you going to hit these bowlers for 6s?
Tossed up. Erlang looked very tempted to try and go for that one. Made the better decision there to just play straight, take the single.
Yeah, see, once it's on the stumps, once it's straight, I don't think batters will go for it. Once they get a little bit of width, just outside it off stump where they can free their arms a little bit more, you might see more of an attacking shot. As again, we see a slip come in. This time it looks like it's Manak. He finds himself in, the tall man. There's a shot up in the air. Is it going to be taken? You betcha it's got to be taken, and that's the end of Dudgeon. I felt that something was going to give. That fuse was lit, and it just felt that it was a ticking time bomb, and that time it was Dudgeon. Now he's got to go. That's a 6th wicket gone for the AET Tuskers.
All sorts of trouble here for the Tuskers. They could be bowled out. I think they probably will be. This type of shot selection. But also the bowlers are really clamping down, not giving the batters much of an option, forcing them into these mistakes really.
Said there, who are they going to hit for 6s? Who are they going to hit for boundaries? Without taking a risk, these bowlers are really been on top.
At the rate things are going, you'd probably say they'd want to use the pace of one of the seamers.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it, because then you can use the pace of either guiding it down to third man. You can play the ramps that we've seen a lot of the batters do. You can hit through the line, pace onto the bat, pace off the bat. But now with spinners, you've got to generate the pace all by yourselves. And with them bowling, there's such tight lines, such good lines, good lengths. Bowling to their fields is very difficult because ones are not going to cut it here. They've got to find a way, as we said at the top, if they don't get a 140, they've got to bowl really, really well. Now we start to talk about, okay, they might not get to 140. Can they get to a total that they feel we can build a little bit of pressure on the rocks when their turn comes to bat?
In order for that to happen, they're going to have to go at least 8 and over, and it's not looking likely. And the new man in is Smanga Hlebela.
Played and missed it, one that gripped from off the straight.
It's all happening here.
Oh, hit that aerially down the ground. Where to for the Tuskers? Where to? Who's going to put the foot down here? They've got 4 wickets left in the hutch. Oh, like he's only on 4th, 13 polys of 6 deliveries. He's been there for 13 minutes.
Got to play a captain's innings here. It's another run, but it's not quite what they need right now, but
Can't afford to do anything else, Kieran. They just got to try and just build on this.
if anything, Erlang's going to have to come off again in terms of runs. He was the top run scorer on the weekend, top scored with 28. While there were a few other couple 20s in that innings.
Oh no. And Sherwood Forest, Robin Hood, he struck again. Mahima, he's got another wicket. And again, you're talking about decision making, the options with the bat. And that time, it's been a downfall here of another Tusker man, and he's got to go there. 7 down now. 77 for 7 with 7 overs left.
Something with 7s there?
It's been that type of week. Let me tell you. It's been that type of week.
I hear you. But even there, that type of shot that Lebela's played doesn't make sense. Lower order, possibly tail ender, trying to play a reverse sweep, rather play a late cut.
Well, I'll tell you what brought that shot on. Because the very first ball, the second ball that was bowled to him, he drove the ball down to long off. We all saw that, but it was aerial. So what the Rocks did was, okay, when he came back on strike, we're going to fill that spot up. So as a batter, you're seeing, oh, he's up in front. I need to hit the ball to a different area. But sometimes you just need to execute your shot a little bit better, hitting a ball down the ground instead of looking for a more risky option, which I feel was the reverse sweep, especially with your team 6 down at the time. So you should have just maybe try and just execute the drive a little bit better. You know what he's going to get. And that's just risk-free cricket.
Yeah. That wicket brings Kirtland Manakam to the crease.
Well, at this stage, they'll be happy to score 100.
That's even looking a stretch at this stage. Yeah. Like cutting a frustrated figure on strike. Let's see if he can keep his head.
Oh, and that's a googly again, and the guile of Sean van Berg is all there for us to see. Excellent stuff there from the well-experienced leg spin bowler. I'm not sure why he didn't want to stop that, but maybe he didn't want to get the clothes dirty there.
Or maybe hurt his foot. Looked very keen to get that left foot out the way.
Yeah, that he did, yeah. So at least they're off the 77 and moved to 78 now.
Small victories.
Well, I'll tell you fair where I've been. How many times I've said that number. But here we are. So now then they're attacking again. Slip in place. Jonker, he finds himself there next to Clyde Fortuin. Outside the off stump, they managed to get through for one as the ball get hit out to the sweep, and it's sort of very pedestrian-like here.
So not through their own fault.
Yeah, let's look at it in terms of the Rocks here. 3 games left, 3 bonus point wins, and who knows, maybe they find themselves up there. It's not entirely in their own hands, mind you, as well.
Yeah.
But surely they would also want to keep the foot down here and try and keep striving for wickets, so that when it's their turn to come and bat, they can knock off the runs and get that bonus point victory for themselves and just elevate themselves a little bit.
Indeed, and just looking at this, the batting options that the Gbets Rocks have, you would think that they'd want to maybe get a nice 10-over game out the way, get some confidence in those batters. Clyde Fortuin's been in decent touch. It's a nice warm day. Doesn't look like there's too much in the pitch. We see another spinner coming into the attack here. It's Adrian de Tooy coming in from the Swartland end.
Yeah, Van Berg, he finished with 0 for 25 of his 4 overs. So he's done and dusted for the day. A lot quicker through the air, but shorter, but only managing to hit that for 1. And that just emphasizes how on top the Rocks are on this one.
Just There's nothing going in the favour of the Tuskers at the minute. But just takes one bad ball. Could change the momentum.
I think they need about 4. It's a lot better. Lot better there. Seems to bowl with a little bit more pace than Mahima. So again, these spinners are offering different skills here, different skill sets. Again, a lot quicker than Mahima through the air. So you got the tall, lanky off spin of Manak. You got Sean van Berg with leg spin. You got Mahima left arm, orthodox with flight and guile. And now you got the toy. A lot quicker again.
There's no shortage of spinners or spinning options in this Gbets Rock side. Begs the question why they haven't done so well.
Especially at home.
Especially at home.
Well, they're not technically home today. Let's also say that.
That's also But like you said, Eugene, it's still mathematically possible for the Rocks to somehow make the semi-finals. Although it's not in their hands.
3 bonus point wins, and then you say, okay, start watching the TV. Saw him coming down. It's just, yeah, he saw him coming down and then tried to fire down the leg side. But good steady start there by the toy. All in all, there were a few short balls in that, but only conceding 3 runs off his first over there. 83 for 7, 15 gone, 5 to go. 30 balls. There's 30 balls left. A runner ball gets you
103.
maybe not 13.
113, wow. Sorry, my math's not math.
Don't worry, Kieran. Don't worry. We've all been there, but
good grief.
Right, so 113. I'm working it backwards here to see what total they could potentially, with no risk whatsoever, get to. So that's 7 short of 120. So somewhere along the line, they've got to try and hit the boundary. So 120, 125 is where realistically we see these going here. We see another change.
Maybe that 103 I mentioned might just be the score prediction.
Might be. Might be.
My brain's playing tricks on me.
Makajima, he's back. He's into the attack for the first time. Started with 2 dots here. Maybe a 1 or 3 could be right here. If there's any more dots here on offer. Wide down the leg side, and they've been few and far between of those. But are you trying to tell me that the Rocks are only going to have Stearman? Maybe his job is done for the day as well.
I would certainly say so.
Quicker ball through the air. It's just 1 again.
Ngajima's looked very up for it today. He's been very energetic in the field, and he's brought that to this over as well, now with the ball in hand. Some nice fielding of his first 2 deliveries. The third one a little bit loose down the leg side. Let's see how he can respond.
Oh, that's an edge, and that's going to test Sean van Berg here. They're coming back for 2. And in fact, they've got Frisco Adams also still in the hutch. You can bowl, but they've seen the conditions on offer here, and they've just decided, nope, we're going to go with no pace on the ball whatsoever. Clive Fontaine, the captain. That's what his decision has been.
Comes down the track. Works it away down to deep point.
Tell you what, this is a very good opportunity for the Rocks to get that bonus point win.
That's great fielding.
Yeah, but he's got to get up, otherwise he's going to come back for 2.
Not with Keegan Peterson sweeping around.
No, and that's the first over for Makajima. That's gone. he conceding just 6 runs, and I feel that's not enough. It's not enough. 89 for 7.
The boundaries have been few and far between, but they've also dried up dramatically in the last 13 overs, 10 overs, really.
Let me just...
Toy back into the attack. Erlang goes for the big shot, but to no avail.
That ball is swept. Well stopped there, and they're going to come back for a second. And the last boundary, Kieran, was scored in 9.4 overs. That was the last time the umpires were showing anything significant of a 4 or a 6 of any nature. That's hit down the ground for 1. Maybe that is significant about where they have found themselves here. A run rate of under 6 and over.
Looking pretty grim.
Oh, and he's going to be gone. Clyde Fontaine, he does the necessary, and that's a stumping. And that's another one that's got to go. 8 down now.
103 still looking on.
Got to be a little bit more positive for these guys. Let's get to 120.
I don't think they have enough wickets in hand, and with the lack of boundaries, it's very, very difficult to see that actually happening.
Yeah, one would feel that they have been the cause of their own downfall here, just with the way they've gone, just with their shot selection, which has been key. But again, you also got to say well done to the Rocks. They bowled well, they bowled to their field, they bowled tight lines. I've loved the variations that all the spinners have given us on show. Clyde Fontaine has just had so many options in that department to go out there and say, right boys, just keep it tight. Let's put all the emphasis on them to put the pace on, to try and get the risk. And the last boundary coming in the 9th, in the 10th over, actually 9.4 overs. That's a long time ago in T20 cricket terms.
Yeah. Boundaries and dot balls are gold in this game, and well, fortunately for the Rocks, they've seemed to find more of the gold today.
Tandu Ntini, he is the man coming in here now to face the music.
He's just got to try and get his captain on strike. Erlang's got to free his hands, make his own luck. I feel the AET Tuskers have struggled to create their own luck and own opportunities.
I don't think they've struggled, they've just been their own worst enemy here in the way they've gone about it. It's just been a struggle for them.
Eugene, do you think it's possibly a case of this being a dead rubber for the Tuskers? Almost nothing to play for?
I don't necessarily think that any game at this level, and this being the CSA T20 challenge, is a dead rubber. You've got a lot to play for. These boys, the Tuskers, have got to think about. As another ball gets played, this could be 2 here. Erlang is looking to go. But now there's the feeling. I mean, these boys have got a lot to play for. Could be places in the teams. We don't know what the contract situations are. We don't know who's staying. We don't know who's going to be going. We don't know who the coaches feel that's going to be hanging around. And it's these type of games that really, as a player, if you step up and put a few good performances in, you hold your hand up and say, right, okay, I'm going to be hanging around because I'm here to fight the cause for it as well. Because let's not forget, Cricket South Africa has got a lot to be thankful for, as well as these teams need to be thankful for Cricket South Africa as well for allowing this type of platform for the professional game to keep going. And this is a professional stage where these players are. So there's nothing like a dead rubber. This is where you got to give your all and put in the performances. That one's nudged onto the leg side. It's just going to be one.
Kojima continuing here from the Niederberg end.
The other thing is also, Kieran, I always think as a batter or bowling, I mean, as a batter, you one innings away from maybe being seen, then you put a couple of more performances in. You never know who's watching you as well.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like a dead rubber, no matter where you find yourself and where you're playing at.
And with you mentioning that, Eugene, a guy like Jordan Herman springs to mind immediately. I mean, he basically put himself in the shopping window at the back end of last year, carried that form out into the SA20, and I'm sure he's in the thoughts and oh, there we go.
There's a big hit. That's gone all the way. That's a massive 6. That's huge. That's onto the banks here at Bolandbank Park. Oh, there goes your 103. Oh, there goes your 103, Kieran.
One ball, two good balls. 2 good balls.
So yeah, again, I'll go back to a question in a minute. He's gone again. He's gone again. He's gone for back-to-back boundaries. A lot flatter, a lot harder. And Erlang, he's decided, right, it's time to put the foot down here.
No time like the present. Suddenly 120 is looking on all of a sudden.
Come on now, dear. Come on now, Kieran. 130 is on if Erlang keeps going. Seemed like a seam delivery there from Kojima.
Looked like it was straying a little bit wide as well. Could have left that.
Then Intini, all you got to do is just stay with your cappy here. Just nudge it around. 1 ball to go, this over. Oh, they're going to get one. Mind you, he's also got to face the first ball of the 19th over. So that's 18 gone, 110 for rate. Can we have 2 overs of 10s to take him to 130? Surely that's what Erlang will be thinking.
Yeah, he'll definitely want to try and get himself on strike as early as possible in this next over. Could we see a bit of backyard cricket? Tip and run?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what Tandem Tini might be thinking here. So far, he's nudged the ball down the ground for 1. He's done what he needed to do. Hopefully, he just keeps it that way. Don't get a rush of blood to the head now, youngster. As Manak looks like he's going to come and bowl there from the swat line end.
Clyde Fontaine again with his field offering a lot of space and width on the leg side.
What a day out has been for Stearman. 2 overs, took a wicket, and just been grazing around outside there somewhere on the field.
Now there's a nice breeze coming across as well, so he's not getting too hot.
There you go.
Smartly played.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
That's all he needed to do. Sent back by his captain.
I'm not sure why Alan wanted to come back for 2 there. Anyway, he needs to face the majority of the remaining balls here. Nelson, your feet on the ground or are they off?
Just 1.
Okay, that's all right then. Oh.
What's happened there?
Return but a bounce?
Yeah.
He definitely bowls it into the surface more, does Manak. Ooh. He's gone for the reverse. Well taken there by Clyde Fontaine. Wicket keeper. A lot was going on there.
There's a lot of room behind square here. Either side. Nice paddle shot might work. that type of bowling. On the money again from Manak.
You're not going to get much room from Manak. 2 balls to go of this over.
It is T20 cricket after all. Where's those inventive shots moving around the crease?
It's difficult to play those when there's 8 wickets down and you're trying to see out the innings here in a T20 game. One of the things you don't want to be done to you is being bowled out in a T20 game.
In any game, really. Oh, risky.
Yeah.
He'll keep the strike.
He's
No,
going to
he
cut.
won't. Coming back for 2. That's good running.
I don't know. As I said, I need to keep the strike for most of the time, but they also need the run. So they took the runs on offer, 115 for 8 now. And look at that figures there of Manak, 4 overs, only going for 20 runs and picked up 2 wickets as well in the process. He was only hit for 2 fours as well, which is very impressive for a spinner.
Just 1 extra, which is actually remarkable. 1 wide. Bowled a very tight line. I must say all the bowlers today for the Gbets Rocks have executed the game plan to perfection.
Yeah, they have, and they've really stuck to their plans. As Komani comes back into the attack, he had 1 over for 8 runs early on. I must say I'm a little bit surprised by this, you know. The spinners have been doing a great job here, and even in the back end, but maybe he's weary, Clive Fontaine, of how Erlang was playing and the spinners early on and hitting those 2 big maximums here. The previous over that was bowled here from the Nederburg end.
Tini just needs to get his captain on strike.
Right up there in the block hole.
It's well fielded.
The lanky Manak, he does the fielding, sprawling across here at mid-off. Now will we be seeing your inventive shots? We'll be seeing the ramps now. 3rd man and fine leg, they're up in the ring. Deep mid wicket in place, long on, long off. Deep point, sweep on the offside.
Oh,
we did try. Yeah, we did try and go for that. Four balls to go. 120, the minimum ask here.
I'm sure we'll see a lot more variety in the bowling. Well, in these last couple of deliveries. Wide Yorkers, slower balls, off cutters.
Bowl them! Bowl them! And he bowled that quite straight, and that's the end of Erlang. And that's a 9th wicket gone with the score 116.
The Tuskers just have to try and stay in for these last couple of deliveries, go for broke. Try and get to that 120 mark. Give themselves something to bowl at. And the new man coming to the crease now is Mbulelo Baduza.
He's just got to try something here, anything. But whatever they get, one feels that the Rocks, with the men that they have and the batsmen that they have, that shouldn't be any problem. And the added bonus of potentially going for a bonus point. They have to go for a bonus point.
Indeed. I think the Gbets Rocks will feel a little bit like they let this slip a bit. Actually, they could have restricted the Tuskers to at least under 100. But maybe they feel that they want to get themselves a bit more time in the middle.
Yeah, it's a strange one as well, but for down to the lower order here, just hanging around, just trying to fight hard for every run that they can get to try and get up to some kind of total. Mind you, they still got to come out and bowl very well.
Is that variation again?
Yeah, and see how many spinners the AET Tuskers have in their locker room. Certainly, that's going to be one of the aspects definitely that we're going to look at. Because this wicket has been definitely favouring the slow bowlers, the spin bowlers. We've only had 2 seamers on show so far, Steemer and Kumani. Full and wide, dot ball.
Sounded like that came straight out the toe.
Those are normally the ones that break bats, those ones. Well, we're 1 ball away from this innings now. Why can Intini muster up here from the final delivery? He's hit that over extra cover. The chase is going to be on. Looks like Christian Jonker is, well, he might have just escorted the ball along because it is long off that does the filling, and that's going to be all she wrote there as the AET Tuskers managed to get 119 for 9 in there. A lot of 20 overs. It's been a struggle. They've lost wickets. They've lost key men. And certainly they'll be looking at their, in terms of batting decisions and batting options, really, of how they've got to that. And it's going to be the Rocks that's going to, the Gbets Rocks, they're going to go and need 120 for victory here. And we certainly feel that that is not enough.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely not enough to defend. It was the Tuskers' top order, really their batters that didn't come to the party. Nice resistance shown from their lower to middle order, and the tail wagged quite a bit. We both suspected, Eugene and myself suspected that they would be bowled out for just over 100 or maybe even under 100, but for them to get to 119 for 9, it's actually very, it's admirable, but whether they can defend that remains to be seen. On the weekend, the game against the Titans, they set a score of 141, but the game was finished in 12 and a half overs. So based on that, their bowling performance needs to be 10 times better if they're going to get anything out of today.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to bowl out of their socks here to curtail this Rocks team. Like I said, they've got batters in the huts that can really take game away from you and take it very quickly. And they also got a lot to play for one field. They still got an outside chance, but it's up to them what they're going to do with that. So when you come back and join us again in a few moments, we're going to see the chase here of the Gbets Rocks in pursuit of 120 against the AET Tuskers. Join us in a bit.
ek's reg. Ek het saamgebring van ander kant af. Ja wat, ons gooi maar. Help hom te klaar nie. Ja, goed aan jezelf. Alles alright daarbo? Kom, wat doen jullie voor babbelspons?
Welcome back here to the cricket ground here for this clash. Cricket South Africa, CSA T20 challenge between the Gbets Rocks and the AET Tuskers. This is a home game for the Tuskers. They could only muster up 119 in their lot of 20 overs. That's actually thanks to Gbets Rocks really bowling well and really putting the plans in place. And with me is Kieran Thompson. And Kieran, just give us a quick assessment of your thoughts on that first innings there.
Yeah, good afternoon, Eugene. Well, I'd say that first innings was down to some really proper, solid bowling from the Rocks. They had a very good game plan that they mapped out and stuck to, especially in that first 8 to 10 overs. Really suffocated the home side for runs. Also forced them into playing a lot of uncharacteristic shots and not real cricketing shots, should I say. Put the AET Tuskers under a lot of pressure, and before you knew it, they were 6 down for less than 80 runs, and that pressure just started to spiral and forced them into a very uncomfortable position where they actually looked like they weren't even going to make 100 runs. So for them to get 119 was very admirable. Let's see if they can bowl to that and defend that now.
Yeah, a lot of it will depend on their bowlers. Yeah, as we see Keith Dodgen, he's going to start proceedings here from the Nederburg end. He's played 28 matches, average of 20.2 with the ball. He's got a good economy rate, but he's going to be bowling here to Clyde Fortuin. He's going to be his partner in crime here. They really got to go some here. They really got to fight hard for them to get anything out of this game. The AET Tuskers is operating with a slip and the third man that's in the ring, and again we see that man on the deep point boundary just behind square. So into swing, oh no, and that you cannot afford. You cannot afford any misfields or anything like that. You've got to take your chances in the field, and you also got to stop everything.
Casual in the field there, especially with the first ball. Not what you want to see as the bowler or the defending captain. You know, that first ball of the innings needs to be a statement of intent.
Yeah, people always say like, yeah, just, lead from the front, set the tone. Stop these another. It's a brilliant ball. Stands up, and that's when the wicket as well. So not a great start in the field. He was on the money though.
Just a bit too careful. Manga. First time, remember correctly?
Well,
Don't return the first inning.
different tactics here. Different tactics from the Tuskers, and that Keith Dodgen. You see how much space is in the surface. The ball was on the way down as it went to the keeper. Again, full.
It's a good start from Dudgeon, just mixing it up here. Short, full. A little bit of hint of swing movement in the air. So he's held up his end of the bargain with the first 3 balls.
Well, you're calling it early again. You've called it early again. Do not call it so early.
Mere observation. Mere observation.
Well, I'll leave that to you. You can call those. You can make the big calls. I'm not saying I like sitting on the fence. I'll give a big call when I need to, when I know of a sure thing. So 2 runs on the board, 2 balls still to go.
Captain Clyde back on strike. Comes down the track.
Good stop there, short by leg. They're going to come back to 2, and this is how quick he is. Also, Adrian Couture, he was having to get the skates on to try and get back to his end. 2 runs added, and score goes to 4. That's flicked away. It's in the air. Is it going to go all the way? It's going to go 1 bounce 4. Is that tone set from the batting point of view? The captain, he's leading it from the front here as that 6th ball of Keith Cousins over. Goes for 4. Never ever been to. Yes, Clyde from They're looking very quick, but it should never have got to that. Then, 8th of the first over. He's going to come right on around the wicket, it looks like. Collins' left arm over the wicket. That's sort of slashed away by Detroit to 3rd man. Left-hander. Just gets 1.
Bit of a loose start here from Mpumelelo Kudaza. Offering the batter a bit too much width there. Sure, he'll
How are you doing?
within the next couple of deliveries.
I'm good, thank you. Always happy when I'm at cricket.
He's got a best of 4 for 32. Shorter format of the game here. 48 wickets. He's 2 away from 50 wickets. Career-wise for himself. Oh no. Oh no.
Nee man. Wicket
Team
weggegooid.
is going to continue about batting decisions here. Just shot selection. It hasn't been great here, and that has led to Clyde Forte.
That's Clyde.
He's downfall there, and he's got to put a simple chance back to the bowler. He's had to make up the ground to try and get there, but it's the end of the captain.
Yeah, really disappointing to see into position way. I would think the right idea, but execution, not so much.
I don't think there was anything right about that. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh out there. I just think as an opening batter, you got to set the tone. You got to set. He's hit a ball nicely off his legs the previous over. That time was a foolish ball that he could just hit through the offside as well there, and just really try and play, find his way, grind himself on, get the pace of the wicket. Does the pace allow me to play the ram shot, whatever? He didn't give himself that chance, that opportunity to do that.
Shot himself in the foot there, getting into position that early, because made his mind up, and you don't really leave yourself much of a chance to do anything else if you do that.
I just think Clyde's a better player than that.
Indeed.
I think what brought him success in previous seasons, he was really going out there and hit the ball, as I would like to say, in front of square all the time and hitting the ball back from where it's coming from. You're getting more margin of error bigger as well. I can understand about trying to go after it, with the ramps and stuff, but you got to build yourself up to that.
Yeah.
And especially with the pace, or even the lack of pace. Budaza, he's not brisk pace here, so there's going to be a lack of pace to try even to get over the lack of a short third man or even short fine leg. And that is Sean van Berg. He's come in. Now, without being not disrespectful towards Sean van Berg, we know there's not going to be many twos out there, so he's obviously come in here to try and play a few shots here to try and get ahead of the 8 ball here for the Gbets Rocks.
Potentially just push that bonus point win, or that search for a bonus point win. Maybe just lay the foundations there. He was one of the guys that got over 20 runs on the weekend. Keegan Peterson top scored with 33. Not much footwork there either.
No, feet is proper, they're proper, just staying there.
Stand and deliver.
And then we've been talking about bonus points, or I've been talking about bonus points. I feel that's the only way that the Gbets Rocks are going to get anywhere near qualifying for the top 4 spot positions here. But you also got to think about, right, let's get ourselves in a winning position so we can push for that bonus point. That's down the leg side. Might have come off the pad. Now then, this is going to test Sean van Berg's capabilities, and he comes back quite well.
Dudgeon sweeping up on the boundary there.
It's a good race between the keeper and the fine leg there.
Thando Zuma just had the pad slowing him down a little bit there.
Still made the ground quite quickly. All in all, 11 for 1. This will be the last ball of the second over. Again, trying to hit that firmly down the ground, just managed to get that to Muron. That concludes the second over 11 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Van Berg already looking to try and extend his arms. Sense a touch of disappointment there, did you?
I am, because with the likes that they have in Hutch, like Keegan Peterson, even Christian Jonker, guys that can really hit the ball, batters. Keegan Peterson, he's a test cricketer. You want to give your guys more options of batting that 20 overs. We don't know what the game plans are of these teams as well. We are just surmising and looking at what is happening in front of us and trying to get a better picture and describing that to you. So Sean van Berg is coming at 3. He looks like, right, okay, looks like someone is going to try and kick on here, try and get more impetus into this innings, as we see Keith Dudgeon bowling around the wicket here now from the Nederburg end. Oh,
Strays a bit. That's a good stop from from Zuma behind the stumps.
That's an excellent stop. He definitely saved some runs there. I mean, the umpire can stretch his arm about twice the length. That's how wide that was. And already we've had 4 extras in this innings so far. Just busy with the 3rd over.
We didn't see too many extras in the Tuskers innings.
We do fancy that Sean van Berg might fancy pace on the ball. It's sort of the bottom edge of the bat again, bottom half, I should say. That's gone for 1 to that man there at deep point. Sort of got to test him out with a short ball, surely. Oh, it's a big appeal. There is a big appeal. Keith Dudgeon cannot believe it. He cannot believe it. coming around the wicket. Umpire says not out, and he could not believe that that was the decision. Maybe just the angle there. There's a little bit of movement there back into left-hander of the toy. He's on 2 of 5 deliveries here now. He's been there all of 14 minutes. Right, now this is not what we see that often. Seamer bowling early on to a left-hander with a 5-4 leg side field. And that is clipped and worked away past short fine leg, and that's going to go for 4. And that's probably going to ease a little bit of the pressure here on the young du Toit.
That's smartly played. You see what the bowler's trying to do though. Make him play onto that onside. He's got quite a few, got 2 catches on the boundary. Although that one was just a bit too close to the legs. Easy for du Toit to clip away.
I just feel this is a bold, bold move here. Very bold. Yes, he's got a ball, gun barrel straight, but then he's gonna just be careful of not getting the ball too straight, of drifting too much down the leg side, because if it gets past fine leg, it's 4. Oh, there's a shorter ball, and it's hit to that man at deep mid wicket. It's just gonna be 1.
Looked like du Toit also advanced down the track there just a little bit. Maybe he took a step.
What will Sean give us here? Here's the short ball.
There's the short ball.
And that's the one for the over. Now he can't go there again. Now before, as he ran in, he sort of gave himself room there, just walking away to the leg side. So he's definitely in here to do a job, Sean van Berg.
Although the job hasn't been too effective so far. Just saying.
Observations again, just
mere
observations.
observations. Just try and get yourself in.
Advancing down the wicket again, and so it's just going to be the 1. And that's going to conclude 3 overs. Score moves on to 20 for 1.
A fairly decent start for the Gbets Rocks here. I must say I was expecting a little bit better, but since the wicket of Clive Fortuin, they've definitely taken a dip in momentum.
Yeah, as I said, we're not sure what the actual game planning is. All we can surmise is Sean van Berg is in here to do a job here. And his job is to try and get boundaries. He's currently sitting at 7 of 7 deliveries. He's got 1 4 already. Apologies, he hasn't got 1 4. Reading the toys numbers there, giving him more credit. Oh, excellent bowling there, right full, right at the toes.
Well kept up by Van Berg. He's not going to be doing much with that.
In fact, Van Berg is on 2 of 8 deliveries.
What did I say about doing his job? Or doing a job?
Maybe seeing of the shine. Never know.
Yeah, we can only surmise.
He has absolutely tried to moose that out of Paul.
Looking to put that onto the Drakensberg Mountains over there.
And they are a country mile away. And the pressure's building here now. One feels Johan van Berg.
Had he just played straight, I'm sure there would have been a gap through the covers.
I love the way you love your wishful thinking there, Kieran. Love it. Just love it. Big appeal. I think that pitched outside the leg stump. Now then, 3 dot balls here in this over already. And I'm not going to put anything, I'm not going to say anything on his bowling here. Budaza. I'm going to wait till ball number 6 bowled, then I will say. 3 balls in, 3 dot balls. Pressure definitely building here on Van Berg. He's now into double figures of balls faced. Just got the 2 runs to show for it.
Pressure could be building.
That's carved away. Down to third man, but a straight to third man is just going to be 1. As he ambles through just for a single. Brings the toy back on strike. And I said it before, Budaza doesn't look like somebody that has a great deal of pace about him, but he's definitely doing a job here for the AET Tuskers. Just conceding 2 runs. He got the prize. We got Clyde Fortain as well. I know I said I wasn't going to say it until the end. I hope I didn't put the markers on him here. Oh, he's gone. He has gone.
You've done the exact opposite.
He has gone. Can you believe it? I was looking at the field. It was a very, very interesting field set up before that ball got bowled. They had a man at leg gully. They also had a fine leg and had a deep square just in front of square. And we knew that feeling that the short ball was going to come. And that time, the Toy only managed to edge the ball to the keeper, Zuma. That's a 2nd wicket gone. And are we in for a game here?
It certainly looks like a 21 for 2 at the end of the 3rd over, and it's the Tuskers who have somehow wrestled themselves back into the contest here. Not what we expected to see from the Gbets Rocks in the middle of the crease, but now we see Keegan Peterson joining Sean van Berg in the middle. Maybe he'll bring a little bit more composure and some of the local support getting in on the act there.
Well, maybe they should get on the act a little bit more, because one feels here, again, could another team be their worst enemy out here? And I'm going to talk about game awareness again. So you got to look at what the field is at, and more often than not, the field will dictate what the bowler's going to dish up there. And when I looked at that field, it just looked like it was going to be short even before the ball was bowled. He just tried to ramp it a little bit. Now they're 2 down. Are we going to get another team here 3 down before the power play is done?
It's all possible. It's very, very possible. At this stage, you wouldn't bet against it.
No, you wouldn't, Dan. Budaza, 2 for 2. And he's busy with his 2nd over. Oh, come on, bowl a dot there so I can say what I want to say here. Come on, Budaza. Oh, the field changes now. They brought in a gully. So they shoot the sweep on the offside. 3 on the onside, saving 1. Oh, and he's played that nicely. And Keegan Peterson, he's away straight away. And another successful over there for Budaza. He's now got impressive figures of 2 overs, 2 for 3 runs.
That's a solid start. Just the start the Tuskers needed after that first innings. I wouldn't say woeful, but under par performance of the bat.
Yeah, it was below par, one feel as well, because most of the shot was down to their own downfall as well. The Gbets Rocks, they bowled well. They stuck to their plans. With that being said, yeah, you've got to be really game aware in this shorter format, because the game can get away from you so quickly.
But I do feel with Keegan Peterson coming to the crease now that we'll see a lot more structure to the Gbets Rocks innings and run chase.
You're saying Sean can't do that?
Not necessarily, although the role he's been tasked with coming to perform at the crease. It hasn't quite paid off yet. Although T20 is a funny old game, it can change very quickly. Coming into the attack now is Smanga Nhlebela from the Niederberg end.
He's got a slip in as well, so now they're going on the attack here. A little bit of turn, a little bit of bounce. How many spinners are in the lineup here? Get them all lined up, cure up. Come and have a bowl out here.
Lovely day for a middle. Nicely worked away. Peterson will get a single.
What do you reckon Sean's going to be doing here as a mode of attack here to the left of spinner?
2 balls to fill out maybe, and then step on the accelerator.
You reckon he's going to block 2 balls?
Maybe.
Okay.
At the very most.
There's one.
And he gets a single for it as well. Seems to be limping, does Van Berg.
Played away again. That time, just sort of going on with the arm. It was a little bit shorter. Keegan Peterson is not the tallest of men, so he can rock back quite comfortably. He picks up length very, very well. So this is going to be your second ball for a dot for Sean then. He's got to scamper through. He has to scamper through. I tell you what, that is closer than what that actually is there. If it was a direct hit.
I think he's gone.
Oh, that was close. That was very, very close. Oh, beautifully bowled. Beautifully bowled there. Ends at first over, only going for 4. 26 for 2. We were talking about bonus points win. We were talking about the Gbets Rocks coming out there and really stamping the authority on this game, really taking this game with a scruff of the neck. Dare we say the Tuskers, the AET Tuskers that is, haven't allowed them to do that.
Very much. I don't see why we can't say that. The Tuskers have definitely started the second innings the fresher or the brighter of the two sides, let me say. But kind of the theme of the day, the batters letting the bowling side or the fielding side back into it.
Daza, he's continuing and he has been very, very impressive inside this power play. I want to ask you a question just at the conclusion of this power play, and if Sean Van Berg's still there, you've got to ask a question. What was the game plan? What was the meaning behind it? And you do have the likes of the men still, that still needs to come here. There's a shot out. There he is. He's clubbed his first 6. Maybe that's the reason he's here. But he got to do more so if he wants to get the true meaning of why they've pushed him up this order.
Well, maybe Van Berg just needed to middle one and we'll start seeing the rest of the game plan now.
Maybe it was time to middle one. He tried to have a few goes. Well, he's now moved to 11. He's faced 15 deliveries. Ball back of a length, a little bit more effort there from Budaza that time.
And well kept out by Van Berg as well, especially after playing the big shot. Batters can sometimes get very tempted to go for another one.
Just keep going, eh? If you hit one, you think you can hit another. Still been very impressed by Badaza. He's sitting with 2 for 9 now. Halfway through his third. He's clubbed that again. He has clubbed that again. It's going to be 1 bounce 4 over there. 2 mid-wicket. The sound of the bat was solid that time, and he's got another boundary.
Sean van Berg moving to 15 of 17 balls now. After making a slow start, seems to have found his feet. Maybe, just maybe, that game plan might be coming to fruition.
He charges it. He just managed to squeeze that past point. The chase is on. It's just going to be 2. He gave him the old charge.
Very interesting. Very interesting shot execution. I think that's called adapting. He made his mind up early, came down the track, bowler saw him, pitched it a bit shorter. Van Berg was able to readjust at the last moment.
Well, he's nearing a run of ball for himself. He's 17 of 18 balls. Last ball of Badaza's third over. Just plays it out to the offside. So that's going to conclude the power play here. A power play that has brought 38 runs for 2 wickets at the same stage. Tuskers were 37 for 3.
Perfectly poised, I'd say.
Well, are we in for a little bit of a barnstorming finish here between these two teams, because maybe these are the reason why they find themselves where they are in the log.
8th and 7th respectively.
Now with the field spread, what is the captain going to decide here? How many fielders does he want out? Also don't want to let them off with some easy singles here. So that's what you really got to play for as well. You got to find a way just to balance it all out. They're going to continue with a slip because they feel if they can get Keegan out, yeah, that's a massive wicket in the context of the game. Beautiful shot, straight down. The ball is just sitting in the surface as well here in the outfield. It's a little bit of a check shot there. I think some of the players in the Masters would have loved that, looking at those conditions that they played in on Sunday. But they come back for 2.
Somewhat of a purist shot.
And excellent work there. That cover. So always want your quick men there just to stop the ball, stop the runs. Again, pace off, and again that man has come into the equation there. He's done well again, 2 dots. So 2 of 3.
Peterson starting to look very comfortable out there. The sound the ball's making off the bat is one to behold.
Well, you've done it again, Kieran. You've done it again. Oh, well done. Good feet, though. And that's what you get from Keegan Peterson. He's got great feet. Always uses his feet, picks the length up from the spinner really well, and then gets moving either forward or back.
Quite unconventional from Van Berg, but he gets a single. Looking for 2.
Not sure about that throw there by Keith Dodgen. But no harm done, just the 1. 78 runs to win, 79 balls still remaining. A little bit quicker, thought he had it. But again, So it's that nimble footwork of Keegan Peterson gets him through that, and that's another over gone. That's 7 overs gone. 43 for 2.
Mixing it up nicely was Smanga Nhlebela. Good variation. Tweaking the pace just a little bit as well.
So we look like we're going to have a little bit of a change there from the Swartland end now. It looks like it could be Tandon Tini. He's going to be coming in. So we've only seen one spinner so far from the Tuskers. At this stage, we probably saw about 3 from the Gbets Rocks. So definite change in the way they're going about it here.
I think potentially they might be wanting to go with pace at the Swartland end and then probably spin from the Nederburg end. Remains to be seen though.
Hopefully they've got another spinner or 2 lined up, because what the Gbets Rocks did very well. The spinners were working well together in tandem as well. And that's how they build a little bit of a partnership. And that just stifled the attack, the batting attack of the Tuskers.
Nicely played by Peterson. Ran the first one hard, looking for 2, but it's cut off.
Well, we know which end they're going to throw the ball at. They're not going to throw the ball at Keegan Peterson's end. So it's an interesting field. They're going to bring third man up into the ring. So mid on, mid off. Extra cover and point. Have decided to keep the third man back now. I don't think anything's going to be pitched up here. Just looking at this field.
Nice early call.
Calling it early. Oh, he's a double bluffed me. He's double bluffed me.
Maybe that was just a baiter. The fields remain the same. But again, Eugene, we mentioned these small margins, little bits where you can test your opposite number, make him think differently. Just make him second guess what he might do.
Is it that back of a length? And that's the length. Oh no.
It's not great fielding at all.
As he threw the ball in, I just couldn't help myself but shouting, oh no, because I know what that means to a bowler. When it's a definite dot and then you just throw the ball in, just doing the basics. That's what he asked for.
Yeah, not a great bit of cricket there from Kagiso Rapulana. Tried dropping the ball into the keeper, but heavily underpitched. Ended up giving a run away unnecessarily.
Oh, and that's a big hit. That has gone all the way for 6. And again, the ball before, it was just supposed to be a dot. They managed to get a single due to throw not being successful. And then the very next ball, after they come through for a single, goes for 6. And that 6 brings up the 50 of the Gbets Rocks.
Just a glorious stroke from Keegan Peterson. Rocks back onto that back foot and just gives it the treatment it deserved.
That was just poor. That was really, really poor. That's costly. Just shows those 2 balls how small margin it is here in T20 cricket.
Didn't quite middle that.
They didn't, but got the desired result. It's just going to be 1. Ah, then Tandon Tini, he's feeling under the pump. He's already going for 9 this over with the ball to come.
Yeah, that must be extremely frustrating. Works it away. Again, just a little bit of lackluster fielding, lackluster in the field,
I said it.
casual.
Yeah, I said it at the start there, and even at the back end of that innings. When the Tusker comes into this field, they've got to be up for it. They've got to really throw themselves about. They're going to have to bowl well, and also got to field exceptionally well to really stop this Gbets rocks.
And they made a good enough start inside that power play, getting those 2 wickets.
Yeah, and that was important. They need to keep striving for that. They're trying to build a little bit of pressure. The run rate required is under 6 there, as they need 67 runs from the 72 balls still remaining in this innings. One would feel it's a walk in the park, but there's probably no such thing in cricket, because cricket's really a funny game. It can turn in the blink of an eye.
Van Berg still knocking it around, taking the singles, something you said you wouldn't be doing too much of earlier.
No, I'm just trying to see his nature of innings here. He's on 21 here now, and it looks like as his innings has gone, he's actually looked a lot better, a lot more comfortable.
Oh, nicely flicked away by Keegan Peterson.
Yeah, so he's doing away now with the slip. Just putting that fielder there now, just on the offside, a little bit short. It's Erlang. That's in the air. Through the point. It's just going to be 1. At what stage we dare ask ourselves, are they going to really push for that bonus point?
I think we're starting to reach the point of no return.
Let's head out to the deep wicket.
One thing the Tuskers must be feeling very chuffed about is the fact that they've had these mistakes and mishaps in the field and given away unnecessary runs, but they're still in this contest.
Yeah, that they are. But they're going to be needing wickets here. They're going to need to apply some bit of pressure here. 62 from 67. Get the wicket of Peterson. Can get the wicket of Jonker. Who knows? Oh, very well bowled. Very, very well bowled. And that concludes 9 overs gone. 58 for 2. It's going to be Intini to continue there from the Swatland end.
Sean Van Berg on strike. He's on 23 of 26 balls.
Oh, that's just gone in with the arm. Sort of a cross-batted shot there. I think the one he's practicing now is the way forward.
Some unconventional shots from Sean Van Berg. He's still staying in there.
Yeah, he's made a handy contribution here. 23 of 27 balls. Stab that down to third man.
It's interesting to watch the Tuskers' body language at this stage of the innings now. We're coming up to the halfway mark. Just want to see if a few of them are starting to maybe gaze off into the distance, if they actually still in this contest, because those types of things can happen.
Outside, beats him again outside their off stump. You're trying to say they're more thinking about the pictures, the scenery, the sights, the mountains that we have here in this beautiful place here down in Paarl. Because I tell you what, they shouldn't be thinking that at all, because they're still in here with the game.
Well, it's eye-catching enough and it's distracting enough, so you never know.
You definitely never know with these boys. Can Tini draw back another couple of dots here? It's a little bit straight, and let's see what the umpire says there. Could have been a little bit of glove there as well. He just indicates 2 to his partner in chief. So must have got a little bit of glove there. Two balls to go. That's the 10th over. Oh, that's great lines there by Mtini, not giving Sean van Berg any width on offer whatsoever. Can you see the over out here? Oh, he's a width outside, and that's going to conclude the 10th over. And interesting enough, here now, at the same stage, the Gbets Rocks, they were the AET Tuskers, they were 67 for 4 of the 10 overs. The Gbets Rocks, they find themselves 60 for 2. So the 7-run difference in that at the minute. After the power play, the Gbets Rocks had a 1-run lead. The Tuskers are hanging around. They're definitely hanging around.
And what the Rocks will want to do now is kind of just edge themselves a little bit further forward in this contest. They've got enough wickets in hand. They've got both Sean van Berg and Keegan Peterson at the crease on a nice developing partnership. I think it's just moved under 40 runs now, if I'm not mistaken. So they've set themselves a nice base where they can afford to maybe step on the accelerator, and if one of them somehow perishes, then it's okay. You can still build on from there.
Carl Nipper, he's going to come into the attack here. He had a good little innings when he came out to bat, and now it's time to turn it here with the ball. He's got a best of 4 for 15. You don't want to be bowling it out there for too long, Nipper. Got to get your lines tighter. 4 for 15. It's not a bad return.
Not at all. He actually got away with one there on his first ball. Keegan Peterson chasing that wide one.
Smashed. Oh, a lot of ground to be made. That's excellent work there in the deep. They're going to come back for 2. Sean van Berg, he's back for 2.
Nearly got in each other's way, even Keegan Peterson.
I'll tell you who's winning that race.
Not Keegan Peterson.
Oh, it's again a beautiful shot, a little bit of a misfield. I'm not sure they're going to come back for 2 this time round. That definitely was ringing the fingers there. It's a dot ball there. Excellent work there by the captain himself at point, moving swiftly to his right. Just finding more of a gap that time. Sean van Berg, he's chipping away here.
It's moved to 25 from 32 balls now. Still only 1 bound, 1 4 and 1 6 Maybe he's saving his best for last. Keegan Peterson comes down the track, plays a nice stroke, just moves it down to long on. And the Rocks pick up another single. And that's the end of the 11th over, as the Gbets Rocks now move to 65 for 2. And that partnership between Peterson and Von Berg on 44.
Yeah, and you actually called it the minute Keegan Peterson came to the crease. You had a feeling that there'd be an air of just a little bit more calmness out of there, and it looks like it is that way. Yes, Von Berg has played a few shots and played and missed a few, but other than that, he's looked, ever since he came in, Keegan Peterson came in, he looked a lot more calmer at the crease, played a little bit more circumspect. Yes, he played a few lusty blows as well.
But definitely more structure and composure to the innings.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely agree with that. As we go into the last 54 deliveries, they need 55 runs to win. That's been clubbered. That has been absolutely clubbered. Pass mid-off. We tried to put a dive in, and that has gone all the way for 4. Excellent shot all along the carpet. And that just shows how good this youngster is.
Classic Keegan Peterson.
A hint of a slow ball there. And we haven't seen much of that really from the seamers. We haven't seen much change of pace. We haven't seen cutters that much. Yes, we haven't seen many seamers on offer here actually during the day.
But especially from the Tuskers, one thing we have seen from the seamers was a few short balls.
Yeah, it's definitely a change in the tactics that they want to apply here from the two teams. That's big shot up in the air. Is that going to go all the way? You betcha. It's gone all the way onto the bank. What a shot that by Keegan Peterson. Just like that, they've gone past the 50 in terms of this partnership, where they've gone. Said he's a big player, Keegan Peterson.
And the sound off the bat, oh, just a lovely cracking sound. Keegan Peterson's now taken the onus in this partnership. He's now moved to 32 runs. Von Berg on 22. And they've been at the crease for just over half an hour. So both of them should be in fine touch now, feeling a lot more comfortable. And they need 45 from 51 deliveries.
That would have been wide, utterly off stump. It's just going to be 1. Now, there we say it. There's going to be 4 overs left after this. Just like the over 10 and over gets him the bonus point.
If it's mathematically possible, it can be done.
That's all I'm saying. And surely that was a talking point. You're trying to get yourself, you bat your way into a position where you can then decide, listen, can we go with it with wickets in hand?
That definitely looks like what's playing out in front of us.
So now then, the Gbets Rocks putting themselves in a position here to really push for that bonus point. Me, for one, I would like to see that.
Same here. Not to say that this contest isn't intriguingly poised as it is.
That's carved away. Carved down to third man. That's another over that comes to an end here. That's 12 gone now. The equation, 43 runs off the remaining 48 deliveries. More importantly, 43 runs of 4 overs gets him a bonus point. come on, Kieran. Surely you're the coach. You're the coach of the Gbets Rocks. You go in there and you tell them, listen, let's try and put a foot in it. There's one boundary and over.
That's definitely what I would do, and just based on what I saw Keegan Peterson motioning towards the dugout over there, he's asked for either new gloves and a helmet at the end of the next over, or at the end of this over coming up. So maybe there'll be a message brought on there as well, or possibly Keegan himself telling the coaches, listen, I'm gonna go for this myself now.
Oh, that's wishful thinking. That is absolutely wishful thinking there by the bowler nipper. Maybe just appeal to stop the batters from running through for a single.
Small margins.
Just clipped onto the leg side.
Just one from this over so far. We're trying to get that 10 and over for that bonus point win.
That's over extra, but not too far in front. Oh no, they're going to come back for two surely.
They are.
Oh, that is, I'm not sure what to make of that. Really, I don't. Shall we just move on to the next ball rather?
Yeah. I think it's safer that way.
So the equation 40 now, 45 deliveries. Certainly has been a spinner's wicket there. The slow bowlers have really done the biz. Just hit off the stumps that time from Keegan Peterson.
Interestingly enough, he left the ball before that. He left that one alone. I think that was in a nicer position for him to cut. Even rock onto the back foot.
Match downtown here. It's along the ground. The fielding again has been well done. And that's 13 overs gone, 81 for 2. He's going to be a little bit too late to be talking about that bonus point. They need to go 13 and over for that.
Okay, so we see Keegan Peterson getting his new gloves. Is there a message being brought on? Eugene, what do you reckon?
Well, it's a catch-22 for me, because now, look at where you find yourself now. Can they really push 13 and over? We haven't seen any of the teams even get close to that in terms of run rate throughout this innings.
But what this will do to the Tuskers is give them belief. What you don't want, the underdog side, or the team that's kind of behind the 8 ball, you don't want them having that bit of belief that they can claw themselves back in the contest.
Yeah, that's what it is, and I think they're in a little bit, maybe in a catch-22 where, that's what I'm saying. Shall we go, shall we push? And while we're pushing, we kept losing wickets, and that allows the other team to come in, as you rightly say.
Has he found the gap?
Oh, he's found the gap all right. He has found the gap all right. That was a teaser of note for both those fielders, as well as for us, because we were not sure that that ball was going to go. But the Hartfield seemed to be quick enough, and he's had a sign of things to come here. 4 of the first ball.
Okay, so he comes down the track, says no for that one. Nice dot ball to get the Tuskers kind of back into things.
Yeah, saw him coming down and just dropped his length, pulled it back a little bit. Dot ball, no harm done. Still 4 of 2 here. If they get anywhere near 13, I know what the message would have been.
Good bowling.
It's been good bowling, hasn't it? here's a chance. Oh.
I think he was gone for all money there. Directed.
Just seemed like he was running on a treadmill there. Through he came. Yeah, direct hit, he's gone.
Been at the crease nearly an hour now as Sean van Berg. Maybe starting to creep up on him a little.
That's cut away. It's just going to be one. $33 runs from 37 deliveries, 8 wickets in hand. Big shot. That's gone all the way. That's gone for 6 again from Keegan Peterson. That takes the score to 93 for 2. 2 overs to go for, in terms of the power, the bonus point.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the message at the end of that last over.
27. Well, I said, if they get anywhere near 13 and over this over, we would know what the message was. So they're still there and thereabouts. Just over 13 and over in the remaining 2 overs in terms of bonus point we're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's on. Definitely on. I think Keegan Peterson will also be the one that would go for those runs. So we may just see Van Berg trying to get Peterson on strike. He's also on 47 now, is Keegan Peterson. So maybe just knock off that milestone and then step on the gas.
You know, I reckon Sean's going to go in and join the party here with a hitter.
If it's there to be it, I'm sure he would. But I think he's played a lot more sensibly since Keegan's come to the crease, so I wouldn't be surprised if Van Berg just knocked this down for a single somewhere.
Kirtland Manakam, he's the new bowler here. And there you go, there you've got your wish. He's got the single, he's got Keegan Peterson back on strike. 11 balls to go in terms of bonus point here. They need 26 runs still. Of those 11 balls, if they wish to get a bonus point from this game, the Gbets rocks. It's hit down firmly downtown. It's just going to be one though. Clipped again, way for 1.
Just chipping away.
There's a big
That's
hit.
a big one.
Hasn't gone all the way. The fielder's trying to get there.
It's all the way.
That's gone all the way for 6.
And that's a 50 for Keegan Peterson. Spectacular innings.
What an innings indeed. Came in at number 4 and really looked apart from ball 1, getting off the mark with the first ball.
54 runs off 37 balls. It's moved the partnership to over 80 runs now.
4 massive blows, 4 sixes as counted as well for Keegan Peterson. It's just a dot this
Good
time.
response.
Yeah, very good response. But this over's gone for 9 now. Then, can you get a boundary of this last ball, Keegan? Can you find a way even to clear the boundary? He's clothed that. He has absolutely clothed that down to long off. It's just going to be 1. Came right off the bottom of the bat that time.
And that's the end of the 15th over. Moves the Gbets Rocks to 103 for 2. They need 17 runs to win off 30 balls.
Still on. Still on here.
17 off an over for that bonus point?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well put put it down. You need 17 runs to win, surely. If you don't go hard here, I mean, you don't back the rest of that guys coming in there to get you over the line, but you got a chance here for a bonus point. Surely you're in a position here to really push for that. Talking about game awareness now, we'll certainly see how Keegan Peterson played this over. He's facing up here now. He's going to face up to Nipper.
Interesting.
And that's what we're talking about here now in terms of the Gbets Rocks, their season, their campaign. Nipper bowled well. He hasn't got any wickets, but he's bowled 2 overs for 9 runs.
That might have been a substitute.
But he hasn't bowled from the Swartland end.
No, he hasn't. This is interesting because the boundary, the square boundary, the onside boundary for Keegan Peterson looks a lot smaller this way than what it would be hitting towards the grandstand end on the far side. So now then, massive over this in the context of Gbets Rocks T20 season. It's just going to be down for 1. Yes, it was well bowled, wasn't it? Now 5 balls to go. Surely.
4 fours?
Come on.
Unless my math isn't mathing again.
Come on, you got a chance here.
It's been a while since Van Berg's hit the boundary. He's only hit 2. Can he end with 4 in a row?
Maybe try to go there, just end up hitting it too long off. 15 needed.
From 3 balls.
That's swept.
Nicely swept away.
With that goes the bonus point one feels. So now it's just a question of getting over the line. They only need above 3 and over to win this.
Just struck down the ground from Van Berg again. Very surprising to see the man who we thought would be the so-called pinch hitter. He's picked up the bulk of the singles.
Maybe that was his plan. That concludes the 16th over, and now it's just a question of getting the points for the win, because the bonus point is, that's all gone.
Well beyond them now.
$13 runs still needed here. Just the look, the body language of the Tuskers, it just doesn't look well. It just doesn't look good.
It's become very deflated over the last 3 overs, which is very questionable considering when they had their bad phases of play, misfields, loose balls, they were still fairly up for it.
Yeah, they had, and they had to be. I mean, they were defending a target of 120. They had to be up for it. Some good spells as well for them, but they just let it off now. And again, we're going to talk about the finer parts of it, because the fielding could have been a little bit better. Maybe they could have applied more pressure.
Kirtland Manikam continuing here from the Nederburg end. Had a good start to his second over. And bowled on the legs there, whipped away. Doesn't make it to the boundary.
Yeah, it doesn't make it to the boundary, but Sean's back for 2. So that takes it now to 11 needed.
bit uppish, but safe. Initial fumble on the boundary there, but eventually gathered.
Yeah, now it just seems like it's a little bit of a procession to the finish line, really. That's up in the air. Here's going to be a chance, is it? This is going to be a chance, and that's the end of Keegan Peterson. He's hit that ball straight to Nipper. Nipper takes a good catch here in front of us. And that's the end of a very, very good innings there by Keegan Peterson.
It's really well batted by Keegan Peterson. Picked up 57 runs or 43 balls. He was at the crease for 49 minutes, hitting 2 4s and 4 6s. Really well batted.
And you said it, like when he came in, maybe this will be a sense of just calmness out there, and he really did bring that. Just show the class of the man, really. It was a really classy innings. Aviva Makjima, he comes to the crease now. He's joining Van Bergen. They just need to see this home, surely. 7 wickets still in the hatch. But yeah, just the maturity of the innings there was very impressive there from Keegan Peterson. Knew when to attack, knew when to hit the ball down the ground a little bit. You know, running between the wickets was good as well, even with the likes of Sean Van Berg there as well. But just showed a real mature innings of somebody that has been up there playing international cricket.
Indeed, and he looked and sounded in fine touch from the moment he got to the crease. I mentioned earlier on in his innings, just when he blocked the ball and played the ball to the fielders, the sound he was making off the bat was lovely.
That is going to go for 4. That is going to go for 4. Real short ball and well put away by Makjima. And now they're in single digits now. It's only 6 needed. 1 blow away for Gbets Rocks to win this one.
And it looks like Carl Nipper is coming to bowl this next over from the Swartland end.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the left arms spin of Nipper here. He's only gone for 13 of his 3.
I reckon Van Berg is going to be looking for the big one to finish things off here.
Just played away through the offside. It's sort of have had that effect from him as well. After he's tried to play a few lusty blows, couldn't get him off. He was successful, possibly with 2 of them. For the rest of it, it was just trying to work the 1s and 2s where best he can.
And work the 1s and 2s he did.
He's gone for the reverse here. He's just gone for the single.
Four runs from 16 balls required now.
Don't worry about the 16 balls, just worry about getting the 4 runs.
Van Berg works it away, unsure about the single, but eventually goes. Brings in Gajima back on strike. He's also looked very lively since he's come out to the middle. Aviwe and Gajima.
Yeah, he's shown great intent. Hit the first ball away for 4, then the reverse sweep for the second. He's gone over the top. He's gone over the top of mid-on, and that hasn't gone all the way. We wait and see for the umpire. It shows it's 4, and that concludes matters here. where the Gbets Rocks are victorious over the AET Tuskers by 7 wickets. They could have pushed a little bit harder potentially for that bonus point win, but they'll take the win nonetheless. Just give us your little bit take on what we've seen there from the Gbets Rocks.
Yeah, it was a fairly nervy chase, I'd say. It started out fairly nervy. Could have been a bit more exciting in terms of the approach. I feel this game was there to be won very early on, but credit to the Tuskers, they posed a lot of questions of the Rocks, and some questions they didn't have answers to, especially in that initial power play. But you know, once Keegan Peterson came to the crease, he was able to steady the ship, stabilize the innings, and just exerted his class on the game.
Yeah, the standout difference there for me was the spinners of Gbets Rocks, and they had plenty of them. Really curtailed the run rate, as well as taking wickets as well of the Tuskers very regularly, I have to say. And then when they came out to bat, as you rightly said, it was a chance for them. I just feel they should have put the foot down on the pedal a little bit earlier and just push a little bit quicker for that bonus point win, because we're not sure how things are going to progress here. But what you can control is where you are in the game, and I think if they had to control that a little bit better and really push for that, who knows where they could have come. So again, some food for thought for them as they lead into their next game. I believe is here on Friday against their neighbours. It's a big game for them.
The derby.
It's going to be a massive game, as there we see the CSA T20 Challenge, Gbets Rocks winning by 7 wickets. With me is Kieran Thompson and myself, Eugene Mullen. It's been a pleasure bringing this to you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hope to see you guys again soon.
Total zoom out.